Many right-wing MAGA Americans are screaming for civil war, or national divorce, as Mary Jane Taylor Greene put it. Some of these people can be laughed at, and others we need to take very, very seriously. People like Pete Hegseth, Donald Trump's pick to become Secretary of Defense in his regime. Now take away all the rape allegations away from it and listen closely to what Pete Hegseth says in his book, American Crusade, which was published in 2020. America, quoting him, America will decline and die. A national divorce will ensue. Outnumbered freedom lovers will fight back. The military and police, both bastions of freedom-loving patriots, will be forced to make a choice. It will not be good. Yes, there will be some form of civil war. So, a person who believes our country is headed for a civil war and who's doing absolutely nothing to stop it, a man who used to be an officer of the United States Army National Guard, is advocating and actually threatening for a civil war. And this is another section I wanted to read to you. Quoting him again, our present movement is much like the 11th century. We don't want to fight, but like our fellow Christians 1,000 years ago, we must arm yourselves metaphorically, intellectually, physically. Our fight is not with guns. Yet. Unquote. So this is the kind of person that Donald Trump was as Secretary of Defense. A person who is screaming for civil war, for telling people to arm yourselves. And I think that little quote there, our fight is not with guns yet. If I were the person if me personally, if I had said that, I would end up on some terrorist watch list. I would probably be arrested as I upload this video now. My bosses will probably fire me. But Pete Hegseth advocates for civil war and tells people to go arm themselves. And Donald Trump wants him to be Secretary of Defense. Make it make sense. Someone please try to make it make sense. Pete Hegseth should not be anywhere near the Secretary of Defense. He was a failure as an Army officer because of that stupid tattoo of his. He was a failure as a Fox News correspondent. And he's a failure now. And if he gains the office of Secretary of Defense, he will make our military fail. He's already made it clear he hates women in the military. I have no doubt that he hates minorities, men and women of color in the military. He obviously has a hatred for the LGBTQ serving in the military. The fact of the matter is, when you have someone screaming about civil war for whatever reason, regardless of the reasons, that person is a danger. And I already know that Donald Trump isn't going to back off. They're not going to back off him. They're already making threats to senators. They pretty much have threatened them. If you don't vote for my man or my woman that I want on my cabinet, you're going to be primaried, and Elon Musk is going to pay the bill to make sure that you lose your seat. To me, it shows even much more. This has gone beyond being a clown show. This is becoming almost like the American Third Reich. Stack your cabinet with idiots, morons, and warmongers, and murderers, or would-be murderers, just like Adolf Hitler did. Not because they're capable of doing the jobs they're assigned, but because they will show absolute, total loyalty to their Führer, their dictator, their chancellor, Donald Trump. And Pete Hegseth is on the top of that list. But before I close this video, I have a question for all of you, and please feel free to answer this. There are many people for Donald Trump who wants to get into his cabinet, but they're spending all their energy on Pete Hegseth and especially Robert F. Kennedy. And yeah, I'm going to do a video on him soon. The question I have is, why are they pushing all their energy to get those two in office in their cabinet level positions? Why? What is so special about the two of them? That's a good question, and I hope someone can give me an answer. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.